Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to all you people out there in the gaming community. It's Lady Sinister bringing you some Battlefield 4 beta gameplay, and as you could probably tell already, I'm still a really sick puppy. So, I'm really sorry if this commentary sounds like really crap because, my voice cracking and me sniffing everywhere. So I apologise, but I wanted to get this video out for you and I didn't want to wait till I was, 100% better because I don't know how long that could be. So I wanted to get this video out for you guys. So this is the Battlefield 4 beta gameplay and I just want to tell you my opinions about playing it and how I feel about Battlefield 4. First off, I want to say I will be getting Battlefield 4. I quite enjoyed the beta. I quite enjoyed the game. So these are my views on it. I think that the hit detection is so much better than in Battlefield 3. You just actually get hit markers. You're able to actually see when you're hitting a player, when you are not, because the actual hit detection actually comes out. You're able to see it. It's so much more clear. And so you're aware that you're hitting the player, whereas I felt like in Battlefield 4 it was kind of hit and miss. You just have to shoot and see if the person dies. So yeah, I think the hit detection is so much better in Battlefield 4. Also, when you I feel as well when you die, when you're getting shot, you can sort of counteract it, which is absolutely fantastic about the knife, by the way, because you can actually counteract the knifing, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Because obviously in Battlefield 3 you couldn't counteract it, so you had to kind of just stand there and watch yourself get knifed. So I think it's fantastic that you get to counteract the knife. While I was playing, I was quite lucky actually. I wasn't recording, but I should have done because that would have been really interesting for you guys. But yeah, I was actually being knifed. I'd missed the point where I could counteract, but the guy actually wasn't able to knife me and take my tags because a teammate actually saved me. He shot the guy and stopped him in animation from knifing me. So that was really fantastic to see and to watch from your point of view, because when you obviously the camera angle when you're being knifed is this like you are the actual person, so you're looking at the person actually knifing you. It's not from a third person's view. So it was really, fun to watch this guy actually die in animation. It was really fascinating and I really actually quite enjoyed it. I know it sounds a bit gruesome, but actually I thought it was fantastic. This guy, he just stood there. It was like, when in movies and stuff when they get their head chopped off and they sort of just stand there like before their dead body suddenly drops to the floor. That's kind of like what it was. It was really, really fascinating. So I actually quite enjoyed that bit. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, counteracting with the knife I think is fantastic. The fact that when you're being shot you can sort of counteract it, whereas I felt in Battlefield 3 it was kind of like when you suddenly realise you're being shot, you're already dead. So you have a chance to sort of react with Battlefield 4, which I really I quite like that. So also I didn't play Conquest because it's just not my cup of tea. I think it's great the Battlefield have all the tanks and all that sort of, the planes. It's very good, it's very new, but it's just not my cup of tea. Just because if you're a ground soldier and you're coming up against a tank, well, let's face it, in Conquest, who's running around? Everybody is basically in that plane or in that tank or in that buggy or in something. So, there's not really any ground troops. As well, I feel like the perks for engineer, that only works in Conquest. So if you're playing team deathmatch or whatever, you're kind of a useless teammate if you're an engineer. But I actually quite like the guns in Engineer. So if they were able to somehow give engineers something new to do, then that would be pretty cool, I think. I think the game runs so smooth. I really like the fact that it runs really smooth. The guns are fantastic, actually, I must say. I quite like the guns. There's not as much recoil. The laser sight, well, in the beta, it came automatically with the gun, and you can turn it on and off. So I quite like that. And it isn't so blinding as it was in Battlefield 3. If someone had a laser sight in Battlefield 3, then you were blind straight away. It was like, you know, them flashing a flashlight in your eyes and you're dead. You can't even counter them. So that is a bit like Call of Duty laser sight. It's just a thin red light that helps you know where you're aiming, which I think is a lot better than the laser sight in Battlefield 3. And just generally, I had a lot of fun in this game. Me and Princess Niche, she can probably verify this as well. We had an absolute ball on this game. Glock ended up joining us as well. Even though the beta kept freezing my PS3, and the fact that you couldn't party up before going into lobby, you had to join each other in a lobby. That was the only frustrating thing about the beta. But me, Glock, and Princess Niche, we had a ball on it. I really enjoyed myself. You know, I love the fact that you can go up in the lift. And there was a guy, there was me and this other guy in the lift, and when we got to the top, there was an enemy who was waiting. He killed the guy in the lift with me, but he wasn't expecting, sorry, excuse me, he wasn't expecting me to be in the lift with him, so I actually killed him, so that was quite fun. And I love the way you can shut the shutters as well. So actually interacting with your environment is what I love about Battlefield 3, because if a tank actually shoots at a wall, that wall is going to be destroyed. If you do an RPG at a wall, that wall is destroyed. So you can actually destroy people's cover. And then another thing I kept doing is the glass roof. I kept falling down. Right. That is my review on Battlefield 4 beta, and I'm going to say goodbye now. So I'll see you guys later, and play the Battlefield 4 beta. Figure it out for yourself. Okay, goodbye.